Today I am going to do a comparison. Unfortunately, it's not apples to apples, but it's apples to oranges. So I'm going to pour the Daisy Belly technique with a large size fine live edge mold and a small fine live edge mold from Pouring Your Heart Out. If you go to her Julie's eBay store, you'll find these fantastic molds. I have poured in this before and this one too, and I had to brace it with a little bit of some boards because when I used my little mini leveler, it wasn't level. So that's what these pieces of cardboard are. So this technique is from resincourses.com, which I will link below. I have mixed in here in my resin, which I'm using Nic Pro. That's the other comparison. I'm doing a large Daisy Belly Nic Pro, then I'm going to do a different one later when I get a different kind of resin that's coming in. So I'm using green tea and bottle green for my first color, and I'm really mixed it really well, pouring that into the center. Oops, I moved my mold there with my hand. So I don't know if the leveler is making that sort of, that it's not, you know, going evenly. Whether it's my counter, I'm sure that's not even. So so let me see what happens if I take this out right now. Okay, so it is going, so that didn't help. So maybe my leveler was wrong. And I'm just gonna leave this for a moment. I'm gonna let that just sort of seep in to the end there. But I'll have my little cardboard pieces ready for when I put in the last color. So Nic Pro, first color, green tea and bottle green. I had to recalculate the ratios also based on this size mold because it's different from the courses and different from the ones I've used before. So that's the first one. The second item that you pour in is your white. And I have used Plastic Craft from my white. Don't know if that showed up or not. So I've mixed it up nicely in here. Once again, also I had to figure out the ratio. Pouring that into the center. Getting every last drop of my white. You'll see in this little cup is a black sort of sparkle glitter that I've mixed with a little bit of resin to thicken up that I will place in the center at a little bit later time. Now I have to do a compromise here because supposedly if you pour the way I do, which is low and high, you miss out on the center closing. So, but what I like is when I pour the way I have been pouring, hopefully it'll still happen, I like the petals that I get. So here is my rest of my resin, which is butterscotch that I've mixed in. And now here I am going to pour low and high. And as I do that, I'm watching the edges of my mold, because that's where I had trouble before, because the my counter is uneven, and so it was causing one side to be, you know, higher than the other. So before I start getting drops here, I'm just going to get the rest of my resin, because I still see that I can fill it. And I know this is distorting my center, I believe, of it closing. You know, by doing so much stuff in the white in the center. Ooh, that's just about right. I'm not even going to top it off on the edges. So I will stop right now and then restart the tape to hopefully be able to do a time lapse on this next section. So hang on. Okay, so I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because it closed nicely, but I don't know if this part is going to show up on the bottom. So I was going to syringe, but I don't think I will. I will risk it today. And so I'm going to now put in my black glitter mix. And, oh, I wonder if this is too heavy, that I should have just done. Well, it's done, so we shall see. So I'm just going to gently pour my glitter mix in, meaning whether I should have used, you know, dry glitter or not, but I didn't want it going all over the place. So let's see how this does. And then I'm just going to do this and gently, whoops, bring my stick out. And just hope for the best that it did, that the white did get closed and that I have a nice round center glitter mix. Okay. So let me just torch it one more time, and we'll see how that cooks up, and hopefully I'll get the other resin I want to try on this one, and we'll continue. Okay, I am so excited to see this one because it was a fresh batch of new Nick Pro. sometimes on this live edge, you know, I know it's still soft, but, and then it seems like it's not going to come out of the mold, but you just have to sort of gently push hard. Sounds like an oxymoron, but, okay. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to see this one and nervous. Okay. Am I ready? Am I ready? Oh, please, 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 please. Oh, very different. Very different petals. That landed right in the center. Very cool. So this was the larger live edge mold. So I did get some of the petaling here. So with that little bit of coming in, I could have syringed in the center, and it would have been pretty cool. So there we go. I am just going to be happy even if it doesn't close in the center. So, okay. I will compare it with the other test, and I'll tell you more about it when I work on it. See you soon. Alrighty, so this is the comparison from the first one. So this one, I am using Colorberry geode resin, and it's the one that Micah from resincourses.com recommends for this technique. So I bought a small amount just to try it out to see if it makes any difference than my Nick Pro. The mold I'm using is Pouring Your Heart Out, the small, fine, live edge mold. So the one previously I did, remember, was the large, fine, live edge mold. And I got different looking petals than what I normally get. So now let's see what I get with this thicker resin. And Colorberry, I think, has supposedly different resins. Make sure if you're going to try this one that Micah recommends is the geode resin. So I'm just going to gently, yeah, this is thicker than my Nick Pro, so this will be interesting to see. Okay, so that's the first step that you do in the Daisy Belly. And I used Octopus Resin Inks Bottle Green and Green Tea. For my white, I've used Casting Craft, and then on my clear push, I used Butterscotch. So the next step in the Daisy Belly is you drop in your white, which is in this case, again, it's the Casting Craft. Ooh, it is really gooey, so that's kind of cool. Now I've already mixed up some glitter to go in the center, but depending on what happens, I might go choose something else. So I'm going to let this sort of do its thing for a bit. Then the last step is you take your clear, and I put in a little bit of butterscotch so that I'm doing exactly the same, you know, colors as the other one. Watching my edges. So since this is thicker, even though I measured the same amount as my Nick Pro, it's not going all the way to the edge like the other one did, like the Nick Pro did. So let me see, do I risk it? I think I will. I'm going to stop there. I see it sort of mounding over there. So let's see what happens for now. So the only way I know how to do a time lapse is to stop this tape, start it again, and then that section will be on a time lapse. So that's what I'm going to try here. So see ya, and then see ya again. Now I found these little baubles that Micah did use when she did this technique on her course. So I am trying to decide whether I should use them or not. This is a new lighter that I got. It's not doing very well. Keeps going off. Oh, sugar! Burnt my resin there. So I'm in half a mind of whether to put the baubles in or the glitter in. So I am going to put the baubles in. She said that they would float. I mean, they would not float. Oh my gosh, Callie. I'm going to have to get my tweezers to push those down. I'll get them out. Ah! Get it out before it's too late. I'm just going to push it to the side here. Oh, it's going to probably ruin my pattern. Okay, so let's see if what Micah says will work. Oh, well, let's see. She says she just pushed them down. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Hope this doesn't show up on the other side. And I hope those don't float up. Clumsy girl today. I wonder if I can push this in a little bit to get that white more. Oh, caught it. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited to see. I'm going to keep this out just to see if I have to push those down some more. Or keep pushing them down. Okay, so I will mess with this a little bit more, and then I will see you for the unmolding of this piece. See you soon. All right, so I did end up having to put a little few things because I think this side of my counter is a little uneven. So, Colorberry geode resin. Let's see if you're the one that makes the difference. Here we go. Oh, you do. So my bubbles that I put in the center floated, so I don't have any thing in the center here. So very interesting. So I'll have to put like a sticker or something as a finished product on the other side, on this side. So Colorberry does make a difference. So very pretty and teeny petals. Cool. Thank you so much for watching.